Hello everyone, Atma Namaste. My name is Prerna Lodha. I am from Chakulia, Jharkhand. I welcome you all to the session of Tea Time with our special guest. I am a pranic healer and a center owner. I am a basic pranic healing instructor. Today we have with us Nisha Jain from Mumbai. She is diploma in digital electronics engineering and diploma in gemology. She did her basic pranic healing in 1998, become a pranic healing instructor of basic pranic healing in 2002, and advanced in psychotherapy instructor in 2005, and achieving with oneness with the higher soul in 2009. Currently, she's teaching pranic healing and doing business in healing crystals and gemstones. So I welcome Nisha Jain to our session of tea time with our special guest. Welcome Nisha to our session.
Thank you, Prerna. Thank you so much. And this is a wonderful thing that you're doing. So nice way. I just wanted to know whether the audience that we have are all pranic healers.
No. This is an open to all session. So there are pranic and non-pranic both.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So accordingly, I will speak.
Yes.
So shall we go ahead without further delay?
Yeah. Can you take the invocation?
Yes, thank you. So we'll just start with a small prayer to the Supreme Being, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to our beloved teacher, Grandmaster Choakutsu, to his teacher, Mahaguruji Mele, to all the great ones, spiritual helpers, invisible helpers, to all the angels, archangels, and to our soul, we humbly thank you for your divine healing energy, guidance, help, protection, love, and mercy. Thank you for all the insights, wisdom, and clarity in this session today. With thanks and in full faith, so be it. Thank you. Atma Namaste to everybody. So today we are going to talk about the effect of thoughts. So सबसे पहले तो whenever you have a thought, like for example, if I say think of an apple, immediately there is a red apple, there is an image which is associated with our thoughts. तो तुरंत से क्या हो जाता है? So English and Hindi is okay, or you want only English, only Hindi? Prerna, what would be the language?
Mixed. Yeah, Hindi English mix. Speak a little Hindi also.
Yeah, okay, fine, thank you. So जैसे ही हम कोई भी thought के बारे में सोचते हैं, like for example, when you think of an apple, immediately whatever what comes to your mind is an image of an apple, right? And the image of an apple, so there are many kinds of apples, you have green apples, you have red apples, you have iPhone apple. So out of all, or out of most of the apples that you have, big, small, and whatever sizes, what we tend to invariably remember is the A for apple thing that we studied in when we were small, in nursery, junior, senior. So at that time, जो A for apple करके वो लाल वाला चमकता हुआ apple था, that is the image that comes to your mind, because that is the one that is feeded, apple के साथ ये. B for ball, so the ball, there are so many kinds of balls, so many cartoon characters, but then when you think of a ball, you remember those lines, those multicolor lines, and that ball that we had. So one thing is there, whenever we think of something, a thought is always associated with an image. Okay, whatever you think is always associated with an image. Now what happens is there are certain things, this thought form or thoughts that we say are made up of a certain kind of material. Just we have a physical body which is gross, we have another subtle body which we know as the energy body, and this energy body is made from a different material which is known as prana or energy. Similarly, the thoughts that we have are made from a different material which we call as the mental matter. Okay, now this mental matter is a very different kind of matter, and we have so first of all we'll understand how this thought form is made, and then we will also understand what is the effect of this thought form. So when we say thought form is made, जब भी हम कुछ भी सोचते हैं वो बन जाता है एक thought form. Now when you think of an apple, there might be two things: either you like apples a lot, So when you think of an apple, you will have a smile. Oh wow, when am I going to eat this apple? Or you're like the Snow White who was poisoned by the apple, and whenever you think of an apple, oh my god, another apple, what is this going to do to me? So the kind of energy which is there in the thought form depends. So it's not necessary that the same image or the same word apple might carry different meanings for you and different meanings for somebody else. So the kind of energy that is there in this thought form depends on what you associate with, whether you fill in with positive energy, whether you fill in it with negative energy. Now, when this thought form is made, how strong this thought form is depend on a couple of things. So first, how clear your thought form is. Whether, like for example, you have a wish, you have a thought, how I wish I could go to Switzerland. Oh wow, it would be so nice. It's so hot here, and it would be so nice to be in these cold mountains and beautiful, nice, romantic place. You have a thought, but then you were not very clear, and you like स्विट्जरलैंड जाना ये तो अभी पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, मतलब अभी कोविड चल रहा है, टिकट्स प्राइसेस बहुत हाई है, मेरे बजट में ही नहीं है, बट हाउ आई विश आई कुड गो टू स्विट्जरलैंड. सो एक बाजू हमारे पास एक थॉट है कि मुझे कहीं तो जाना है, और so that one thought is there, but दूसरी बाजू 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 thoughts है. I don't think it's possible for me to go to Switzerland. छुट्टी नहीं मिलेगी, पैसा नहीं है, इतना दिन कहाँ से निकालूंगा, घर कौन संभालेगा इतना दिन, कैसे मैनेज होगा, सब कुछ नहीं हो सकता, बट जाना है. तो the energy in that you want to go is not enough, and the energy in not wanting to go is more. Now, secondly, the second time you never think of those thoughts. अभी ठीक है यार, स्विट्जरलैंड जाना है, एक बार सब बात कर रहे थे वेकेशंस की, या कहीं हमने होर्डिंग देख लिया तो एक विचार आ गया, and then you never thought about it again. So then that thought form does not last long, because the thought form to last long needs energy, and that energy can only come from you. So if you don't give that thought form energy, that thought form on its own is very, very weak. It will disintegrate. So when you repeatedly think about the thought form, this thought form becomes stronger, stronger, and stronger. That's why when you dream something repeatedly, when you think about your goals repeatedly, you tend to achieve them easily. Okay, so repetition makes a thought form stronger. Another thing is about the clarity, how clear you are. For example, a simple thing. If you go to a mall to buy some clothes for you, now if you say I'm going to the mall, agar kuch acha laga to khareed lenge. So you go to the mall, you go to the nearest mall near you, you go, there's so many brands in the mall. You go to a few shops, by the time like it's already 2-3 hours, your body is exhausted. अच्छा यार, ये तो अच्छा है, but इससे अच्छा अगर कुछ मिल जाता है तो चलो देखते हैं. And you window shopping, you're browsing, and by the time you look at the last shop, नहीं वो पहले वाला देखा ना वही ठीक था, अब वापस उतना चल के पीछे कौन जाएगा, जाने तो कभी और खरीद लेंगे. So most of the times you end up not buying anything. Why? Because there was no specific thought form. Okay, अगर आप घर से निकल के सोच के गए होते कि मुझे H&M में जाना है, and I want to buy a white or a black, a solid color t-shirt or a pant or something, a bag. So you have to go to the mall, which mall has this outlet of this particular brand. You will go straight there, you will go to the section that you want, and you will select out of the options that are available, and you're going to buy it. So when a thought form is more clear, you save time. So one of the ways of saving time or time management is also clarity of thought forms. Like for example, when you say that आज के दिन में बहुत सारा काम है, okay, बहुत सारा काम, and you know क्या क्या करना है. But अगर clarity है कि सुबह 8 बजे उठ के मुझे ये करना है, 9 बजे मुझे ये करना है, 11 बजे मुझे ये वाला काम करना है, सारे काम करने हैं, दिन में कभी भी कर लो, आपको ही करने हैं, लेकिन अगर clarity होगी कि कब कौन सा वाला करें, as simple as खाना बनाने की बात, you know, for women, you know you're going to cook something, but you know, if you know for sure I want to make this sabzi and this roti and this dal and this thing, it is so easy. The moment you go, you multitasking, you know, एक बाजू कुकर चढ़ाया, एक बाजू सब्जी साफ किया, एक बाजू ये कर रहे हैं, and the entire thing happens faster. So when you have clarity of thought forms, you know, you have already planned that today morning I have to make this. For that, you have already planned and you have bought the necessary ingredients one day prior, because you know today morning I have to make this thing. So when you have clarity, you tend to achieve things easily. Now, this is not just in making food or in buying clothes. If you want to buy a house, if you want the right partner for yourself, if you want a right job, you know, the dream job that you're looking for, and if you have things like कोई भी अच्छी job मिल जाए, मतलब तो चलेगा. I am looking for a good job. I'm looking for a good boy or a good girl. What is a good boy? What is a good girl? I mean, you know, if there's no clarity, then you don't know what you're searching for. Then you have to wait till there are options which are available to you, and then you can select the option. And you don't have a, you know, you don't have any what do you say, control over the options that come to you. But if you have a thought form that is saying, I want a job which should be in a corporate sector, and my area of work should be something like that. Okay, so you know, if you have that, then it becomes you know, it becomes something like you know, you putting more energy to that. Okay, मुझे ऐसा job चाहिए, कम से कम इतनी salary चाहिए, my boss should be nice, my, you know, my area of work should be like in this section, in this sector. It's not just that anything that I'm going to work. I like doing works in accounts, I like doing backhand work, I like doing field work. So when you're clear, when there is clarity, the thought form is stronger. The stronger the thought form, and the repeatedly you think about it, you put in more energy, you put in more energy, this tends to happen faster, because the more energy that you have, the more easily the thought form will materialize or manifest. Okay, so this is the secret behind, you know, thinking, behind having a thought form. So that is very, very important. Now let's talk about simple things. You know, when you want to like, for example, you want certain things to happen. So you know how effective a thought form is. Like, for example, if you are a working person and you have small children at home, so the moment, you know, you leave from office, you know, when you're in the office, you're thinking about office. The moment office ka laptop shut down ho gaya, हम घर की तरफ जा रहे हैं, and then you visualizing घर पे सारा काम बाकी पड़ा होगा, बच्चों ने इतना मेस करके रखा होगा, I don't know क्या हालत हुई होगी घर की. This is what you visualize, or this is a thought form that you create, and that is exactly what you find. So wow, you're a magician. You just manifested your thought forms, right? So don't you think, instead of having that, what we should visualize is, okay, I'm going to go home, my children are going to be super nice, they've already done their homework, my house is going to be super clean, my maid has come and done everything properly, perfectly. Even if I forgot to give instructions, she took care of everything. So when you have this thought form, and then you fill that with energy, and when that thought form goes there, it will influence the people there. See, you know, you have to understand that your mind is like a garden. Okay, when you have a garden, and when you plant grapes in your garden, what are you going to get? Chicos, mangoes, or oranges? Of course, if you plant grapes, you want to get grapes. If you plant mangoes, you get mangoes. That is how it is. So the mind is like a garden wherein you plant thought forms. Whatever you plant, that is what you see. Where do you see it? In the real world. So what we plant here is very, very important, because what you plant here is what you see in the real world. So that is the power of mind, that is the power of thoughts, that is the power of thinking. So then somebody would say, why does positive thinking not always work? Positive thinking for some people does not work. The reason being, people just think, oh, I'm so super slim, I'm super nice, I'm super beautiful. But when they look into the mirror, they are not justifying the affirmation that they say, I'm super nice, I'm super slim, but abhi bhi hai na, the skin is not so nice, the figure is not so proper, I still need to reduce weight. They are affirming that they are super slim, but the thought form, they're not believing in that I'm super slim. So that is why, and then because of that, there is no energy in the thought form. So without energy, how, it's like fertilizer. Without energy, without giving food to the thought form, how is it going to manifest? So just positive thought form doesn't work. You need to put in energy. You need to believe in that. And that's when it happens in reality. So another easy way to do that is to visualize. Because, when you keep on thinking, sometimes you get tired of thinking. It exhausts most of your energy. तो आप क्या कर सकते हैं, एक थॉट आया, उसके साथ में एक इमेज एसोसिएट करो. It's easy to visualize the image. So when you are thinking that you want a good job, you think of the nice building that you're entering, a nice office that you're entering. You have your own desk, and this is how your setup will be. This is how your colleagues will be. So when you have that image, when you visualize it, it manifests faster. Okay. So that image, helps you getting in things that you want, like a job or a, right partner, or even just simple things, when you're going in for a meeting with somebody, and the behavior of this person. कि मुझे पता है यार, मतलब घर पे रहते हैं, ऑफिस में साथ में काम करते हैं, तो हमें पता है यार, इससे हम बात करने जाएंगे ना, इसका तो है ना भेजा ऐसे ही ऐसा रहता है, ये तो हम बात करने जाते हैं तो ऐसी इस तरह से बात करता है. You know the particular behavior of this particular person, and when you go to talk to this person, this is what you expect from that person. Again, that is the seed that you've sown, and you are a magician. Okay, so you manifested your thoughts. The moment you think of that and then you go for the meeting, you just manifested. So instead of that, you have a image of you talking to that person. This person is behaving as you want them to behave. So see here, you're not manipulating with your this thing. Again, if you planting wrong seeds, if you plant in cheat, malice, taking advantage of other people, the law of karma works for you. But with a good heart, if you just say that this person is calm, is peaceful, is listening to whatever I'm saying nicely, and that is the energy that you have. Now, each thought form vibrates at a certain frequency. So what happens is, there is a certain kind of frequency wherein each thought form vibrates. So when you have negative thought forms, they vibrate at a lower frequency. And then when you have more of these negative thought forms of fear, of anxiety, of anger, that is the same kind of thoughts that you attract around. And that is the same kind of people that you attract having those similar thought forms. But when you have good thought forms, the ones that are vibrating at a higher frequency, that is what you attract. Okay, so when you have thought forms of love and peace, it's very difficult the other person staying in the same room of having lower thought forms. When you have strong thought forms of peace and calmness, like for example, when you go to a temple, do you feel like fighting there? No, obviously not. Even though you're in a bad mood, you fought with somebody, you were stressed up, but when you go there, suddenly everything changes, right? So the thought forms there are of peace, calmness. That is what happens. You, by raising, the frequency of your thought forms, by having good, positive thought forms, you know what? Actually, you're doing service to other people, influencing other people with good thought forms. Like, for example, if you have a strong thought form of cleanliness, say cleanliness, you like to have your house clean, you like to have everything clean, you don't want to throw litter around here and there. It should be done very properly. When there are other people around you, and just you saying, the place should be clean, they will follow. Those people, when you're not around, may sometimes throw things here and there, but when you're around, your thought forms of cleanliness will affect them. It will influence them. Okay, there's no harm in keeping things clean, let's do it, right? So good positive thought forms can be influencing. So when you have thought forms like, loving other people, helping other people, doing service, being generous, being charitable, this is like influencing other people also to do the same thing. And whenever you plant a thought in your mind, remember that is the fruit that you get in the physical world, in your body. So that is how it works. And always remember, planting one right seed and 10 wrong seeds, what is going to manifest? The wrong ones. So doubt and worrying is something which will always stop you from manifesting or influencing what you want to have. One good thought form, 10 bad thought forms, what is going to manifest? The 10 bad ones. So you have to be very careful when you want certain something, have faith. Have faith in what you want. Have faith in what God wants from you, or God wants for you. If it is right for you, it will be definitely given to you. If you work towards it, if you're entitled towards it, it will be definitely given to you. But you need to plant the seeds. If you do not plant the seeds, how else will you manifest it, right? Shall we take some questions if you have any?
Yeah, any questions?
Life partner thought forms. Okay, life partner thought forms depends on what kind of life partner you want, right? So you have to have, okay, I want a person of this age, with a nature of this kind, with a person living in here, you're ready to travel outside. So, these are the thoughts that you're releasing, and you're putting energy in that. And when you put energy in something repeatedly, it tends to manifest. So whatever you want, whether it's life partner, whether it's a job, whether it's some project, anything. But there should be clarity, there should be repetition, and you should have good energy. There should be energy. So when you have that, it manifests faster. Any questions, please?
Yeah, I have one question.
Yes,
How
please.
energy can be incorporated with thoughts?
How energy can be incorporated. So first of all, when we think, we are already energizing the thought. That's one way. You don't have to do anything. Just thinking of it repeatedly, you are energizing the thought. That's one. Second, if you've learned pranic healing, there are many ways to energize something. So you can just give, energy to this thought. Another thing is when we do meditation. So if you've heard of twin heart meditation, which is a very, very powerful meditation. So after we do the meditation on twin hearts, when you have a lot of excess energy, you can think about this thought and just raise your hands in a blessing position and just bless this thought, and bless. A lot of energy is going. So when the energy goes there, it happens to manifest easily. So that is the energy factor, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am,
Yes, please.
I have always been in doubt. Suppose, for an example, there is an apple. You
Yes.
also want that apple, and I also want that apple. Then
Okay.
who is going Who is going to get that apple?
There are many apples around. You don't have to snatch and
Oh,
fight for one
There
apple.
is only one thing which both of us need.
Yeah, it will go to the one whose thought is more stronger. It will go to the one who has more cleaner, more clarity of thoughts, and also to the one who is entitled to that apple, because you have sown the seeds to get that apple. So if you have
Correct.
sown the seeds to get that apple, then you're going to definitely, like for example, if it is what do you say, a job offer, say for example, so there's only one job vacancy right now, and 2 people are thinking about it. So if you have the prosperity karma, if you have been helping other people, if you have been sowing seeds of good karma, then you already have the entitlement to get the job. So the moment the right thing comes, it will just come to you. But if, comparing to the other person who has not planted, but if both of them are entitled, don't worry, there'll be 2 job vacancies, which will just come out, emerge out, because whatever you are entitled to, you always get.
Yes, ma'am, right.
Yeah.
Ma'am, thank you.
Somebody is asking how to plant good thoughts in the brain. Means how to start a process. You just have to think about good things, about what you want. Have faith, plant good thoughts. What is it that you want? So you have to be clear. I like simple thing in a day-to-day life. When you wake up in the morning, just have a thought form. I will have a very smooth day. I will have a very joyful day. I will have a very happy day. All my work are just going to get, finished up very easily. Like you go to office, you just reach there before lunchtime and you don't have to wait, and there was no queue, and, you got your work done easily. Irrespective, oh, I did not know. I thought 1 to 2 is the lunchtime, but यहाँ पे 2 से 3 था. मुझे पता नहीं था, मुझे वेट करना पड़ा. So when you have a thought form that मेरा दिन बहुत स्मूथ जाएगा, मेरे सारे काम बहुत आसानी से हो जाएंगे. So this is a good thought form that you've planted, and that is what is the result that you get when you believe it with conviction. Okay, so it's not that difficult. So whatever you want, अगर आप सब्जी लेने जा रहे हो, तो जो सब्जी मुझे चाहिए वो आसानी से मिल जानी चाहिए, अच्छे दाम पे मिल जानी चाहिए. अगर आप कपड़े लेने जा रहे हो, तो जो जैसा मुझे ड्रेस चाहिए वैसा आसानी से अच्छे दाम पे मुझे मिल जाना चाहिए. These are thought forms that you can plant. Or in, my kids are super nice, my family is super loving. So many good thought forms that you can plant, right? Somebody is asking, I want something in my life and it's going to happen, but I'm afraid of people, that I won't be able to show my abilities. What should I do? First of all, you can start doing meditation on twin hearts, take some psychotherapy for you. If there is a lot of doubts, worries, anxiety, or fear, psychotherapy, getting psychotherapy healing is like, removing जो आपके अंदर का कचरा है उसको remove करना है, because you know that it's going to happen, but still there's doubt. So this doubt might create obstacles for you, because this doubt is like negative energy. So that, you are here, what you want is here. So, in getting what you want, if it's not like it's a hurdle race, बीच में obstacles आ जाएंगे, and ये obstacles शायद कहीं ना कहीं आपके doubt और fear ने create किए हैं. So you can get healings done to remove your doubt. You can meditate, so that, when you meditate, when you do twin heart meditation, there is a shower of divine energy that comes down. This divine energy automatically removes all kinds of negative thought forms and emotions and brings you to a higher frequency. So you don't have to do anything special. Just betho. We call it as the one touch technique. Just put on your mobile and, touch your finger, and then the meditation goes on. You don't have to do anything. You have to sit. Master goes on saying whatever you have to do. And in 20 minutes, you've, like your car gone to a super servicing, you are super clean. The energy is super clean. All negative thoughts, all negative emotions removed out of you. You're super energized. All the thought forms that you have are super energized. So that is one good way to start your day, to fill your good thought forms with a lot of nice energy so that they can manifest faster. Yeah, I hope that answers you. Okay, you want tips to make visualization more powerful. One way to have visualization more powerful is to have a picture, right? If you want to go on a vacation for a cruise, you get so many free pictures on the internet. So just get a picture. If you want to write a partner, just get a picture of what kind of partner that you're looking for. If you want to write job, maybe the name of the company, maybe the designation or something, just get a picture of what is it that you want and stick it in front of your bed or, a desk or something like that, so that you keep seeing that and you visualize that. You don't have to take an effort, because to think about something, it takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of mental effort, which is not easy for people. So to have it, have a goal written, have a picture in front of you, that's an easy way to visualize. Okay, so again, fears, just doing psychotherapy helps a lot, just doing twin hearts helps a lot. Sometimes in life we have good thought forms, but our life is not going smooth. Life is not going smooth because right now you're having good thought forms. So this is what you've planted right now. What about some things that you planted before? So you need to, you need to balance. There are things that we have already planted in our garden before, and if those things are not nice, we need to clean up. So you can clean up by doing forgiveness. You can clean up by planting the right seeds. You can clean up by praying and asking God for mercy. This is not what I ordered, I mistakenly ordered, जैसे online shopping, देखते कुछ है, आता कुछ है, फिर हम realize करते हैं ऐसा तो हमें चाहिए ही नहीं था. It's okay, you don't have to return it, and ask for your cash back. So you just pray, thank you for accepting it back. I don't really like it, but to want something that you want, you have to really plant the right seeds. Okay. Yes, so I think most of the questions are done. Do we want to add anything? I would want to summarize, but I think we are out of time. So, but just that, thought forms are really effective. There's another thing that I would like to add on, most of us firstly are not aware about all that we think. Okay. हम दिन में 60,000 थॉट फॉर्म्स जनरेट करते हैं, क्रिएट करते हैं, बट कहाँ हमको पता है कि हम क्या क्रिएट करते हैं, क्या नहीं. इसीलिए most of the times we are not aware about what we are creating. Sometimes, everything bundled up comes up to us. So there's a course by the teacher, Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul. So if you guys have still not taken that course, that is a very, very beautiful. So whatever area that you are in, you may contact your local foundation, and you should take that, because that is one course that will help you to have control over your thought forms, to be aware about your thought forms. You'll be aware about, oh wow, am I thinking really about this? And of course, the next step to that is Arhatic Yoga. But since this course, Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul, is open to all, it is very easy. Even if you have no pranic healing background, you can go for this course. So if you are, a pranic healer, but the family members are not pranic healers yet, this is a good way to introduce them to pranic healing, because here they know about, how to be aware of your thoughts, how to control your thoughts, how to have better control and think about, right things. So that's it from my side. Yes, Prerna.
Thank you, Nisha. It was a wonderful session. Clarity about thoughts, the right thoughts, actually planting the right seed and then giving it a fertilizer. जैसे कि कोई भी बीज में हम लोग अच्छा सही बीज बोते हैं और फर्टिलाइजर देते हैं, तो फूल या फल कितना सुंदर होता है. उसी तरह अगर हमारे थॉट सही हैं और उसमें हम लोग पॉजिटिव एनर्जी देंगे, स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉजिटिव एनर्जी, तो वो फ्रूट देगा ही देगा. एंड प्लस गुड कर्मा भी होना चाहिए, हम इंटाइटल भी होना चाहिए. हमको क्या करना है, हमें अपना काम करना है, अच्छे थॉट्स बनाना है, उनको एनर्जाइज करना है एंड वो छोड़ देना है, डिस्कनेक्ट होना है. So it will give fruit. Thank you, Nisha. It was a wonderful session. Will you do a closing invocation?
Yeah. To the Supreme Being, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to our beloved teacher, Grandmaster Chokoksu, Lord Maha Guru Shivaling, all the holy gurus, Mahatmas, Siddhas, Avatars and saints, all the healing angels, archangels and spiritual helpers, and to all the great ones. To our soul, our divine self, we humbly thank you for your divine blessings, healing energy. Thank you for all these wonderful teachings. Thank you for blessing us with clear thought forms, with right thought forms. Thank you for blessing us with a lot of happiness, with joy, with good health, with abundance, prosperity, and lots of spirituality. With thanks and in full faith, so be it.